The Wolverine is the second spin-off movie to the X-Men franchise, and once again sees Hugh Jackman play the title role. The film is directed by James Mangold. Lured toward Japan that he hasn't seen since World War II, century-old mutant Wolverine, played by Hugh Jackman, finds himself in a shadowy realm of yakuza and samurai. Wolverine is pushed to his physical and emotional brink when he is forced to go on the run with a powerful industrialist's daughter, played by Okamoto, and is confronted for the first time with the prospect of death. As he struggles to rediscover the hero within himself, he must grapple with the powerful foes and with ghosts of his own haunted past. After the events of X-Men The Last Stand, Logan/Wolverine is feeling guilty over being forced to kill Jean Grey. He has resolved to live in the wild and put away his claws. His self-imposed exile is interrupted when a man Logan saved in World War II, Yoshida, wants to say one final goodbye in person. Logan reluctantly travels to Japan to honor the old man's dying wish, but falls into a tangled web of intrigue when his mutant healing powers are stolen from him by Viper, and he must protect Yoshida's daughter, Mariko, from shadowy forces. After the opening scene of the bombing of Nagasaki, we jump to the present day where Logan is laying low, having taken a vow of nonviolence. Still mourning the loss of Jean Grey, he's living like a hermit in the Canadian wild, with his only friend being a grizzly bear he shares the land with. But after a hunter kills the bear with an illegal poisonous arrow, it isn't long before the inner beast is once again unleashed and our favorite mutant is back in action. The rest of the film takes place in Japan, a location in which director James Mangold almost uses as an additional character. I mean, this film could have been shot in a typical American location like New York or Los Angeles, and it still would have worked, but being set in Japan really adds another wonderful dimension to the movie. This film is infinitely better than the complete and total cluster bomb that was X-Men Origins Wolverine. The less said about that film, the better. Wolverine in this film is a total badass. This isn't really a typical comic book film, it's really more character-driven. It doesn't really feel like an X-Men film because there isn't a whole lot of focus on mutants. I mean, there's still a lot of action, but that almost seems secondary to the character study of Logan, rediscovering who he really is. As always, Hugh Jackman's performance is tremendous. This guy was made to play Wolverine, and I'm so excited to see his final performance as the character in next year's Wolverine movie. This movie is pretty gruesome and graphic in its violence at times, really pushing the limits of a PG-13. There's also an unrated extended cut, which I have not seen yet. And make sure you stick around for a mid-credits scene that sets up the next film in the franchise, X-Men Days of Future Past. I thoroughly enjoyed this entry in the X-Men franchise. The third act does get a little bit more cartoony and absurd in relation to the first two acts, but it still is a very fun ride. I'm going to give The Wolverine a 4 out of 5. You guys, thank you so much as always for watching my videos. It really means a lot to me. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss any of my videos. Also, you can find me on Facebook and on Twitter, as well as the website jeffitosmovieblog.com. As always, links for all that stuff is down below in the description. Until next time, I'll see you at the movies. Bye-bye.